Hey everybody, just getting connected with Kendall in just a minute. So give us about a minute or two and then we will get started on today's Live at 5 broadcast. So let me get this. Ashley, quarantine's been okay. Nathan and I will play volleyball every once in a while, so that's kind of fun. But just staying at home, trying to work out, trying to stay active, doing work from home. Yeah, that's about it. Let me get Kendall on this. Thanks to everyone for joining us. We're going to get started in just about a minute here. There we go. Let's see if I can get Kendall on here. So, connecting. Hey.
Oh
Hey,
my
Kendall,
God.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you.
It is so good to see you. It's been so long.
It has. What is your backdrop right now? Is
I
that just a
know.
poster?
Every time I FaceTime someone or something, they always ask, but it's a canvas of New York.
Oh, okay. That's super cool.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
city, so I had to throw it up there.
Courtney and Ashley are all saying hi in our
Oh my
DMs. They're
God. Oh
super
my
excited that you're here.
God. Hey everyone. This is so crazy. I love this.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, Kendall played at Skyline way back when. She was a Skyline legend, which basically means she played from the start of Skyline to the end of her playing career in club. And so we're super excited to have her on today. She also played volleyball at the University of Penn. And so we kind of just wanted to talk with you today on just a bunch of different things, really. So kind of starting off, like, tell us about your experience at Skyline and kind of what those couple of years were like.
Yeah, for sure. So one, I would not change my Skyline for the world. I still talk about it to this day with my teammates and like my parents. Actually, I was talking about it with my mom yesterday. But yeah, my experience there has been amazing. Actually, I'm repping today.
Yes. I love that. That's amazing.
Super throwback shirt. But yeah, I mean, coming into Skyline, I had honestly just begun volleyball, so I didn't really have much technique or anything. Most of you who are probably on this live know. So coming in here, I was really hopeful, and I was super eager to learn. And I mean, I had all my tools there at the club, and I mean, the coaches there, like all the entire staff, all my super helpful at the club. So I mean, my experience there at 12 out of 10. I would never.
That's awesome. So what, like, do any moments stick out to you? Do you have any like big time memories of like big wins or really fun moments when you were there?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is a great question. Them, honestly. Obviously, one of my favorite memories going to just place, being like the whole Skyline there. fun. I mean, just to kind of hang out with everybody, like a little sleepover thing.
Yeah.
And then another thing, because I can't pick one. Another thing that I loved was, I don't know if you guys still currently do this, but the joint thing with that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's like a weekend where we go like just practice with them, scrimmage with them a little bit. It was nice to see other competition, but it was also Skyline. It was like friendly competition.
Yeah, so it's pretty competitive. We would do these like joint weekends where we're kind of like scrimmaging them a lot, but then also spending time with them. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like, or some days there's like position training and stuff with them too. So cool to like just get to know other people too.
Yeah.
So
And just see like how other people do it and how other people act as players too, other than just your team.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. That's what I love doing that. Just making connections also with other like players from different areas.
Cool.
And then my third one is there's one game in Spokane. This was my 17th year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And my team called Spiral, and they were really good. I they're still not whatever. But I remember like they were like to watch during that tournament. Played them. I remember it was just a complete dog fight.
Yeah.
It was crazy. That was definitely one of my favorite memories. I would never forget that match ever. We lost, but it was super, super close. Pretty sure we went to 5. We definitely went to 5. And I remember like the mom were getting to it, sidelines, like
I think everyone was.
teams. It was just like so crazy.
That's awesome. So someone asked kind of, let's see, what age were you when you got recruited? So kind of moving into your college years, like what did that look like for you? And we posted earlier, like you went and played at an Ivy League school. And so what did that look like for you? What was your timeline? Kind of how did all of that come about?
Yeah, so I'll start with the first question. So I started getting recruited my, oh gosh, maybe like end of sophomore high school. So I know, or maybe like beginning of no, definitely end of sophomore year. But they probably recruiting year now, but I kind of started recruiting, sending college coaches videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was definitely the whole process was opened, but it was still fun at the same time. But I would say I definitely.
Yeah. What do you think you learned during that time?
Oh God. Honestly, patience. That was the biggest thing for me because I remember I just wanted to commit already. Like I was so ready. Like I just I know what program I'm going to be a part of. But honestly, it's a pretty process, and I definitely learned that you just really have to stick through it because I know during the process, a lot of younger players off during that process just because it can get so stressful. So that learned for me, stay patient, the right place, and your time is going to come when you're verbally commit. So, all right, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. And ultimately you found the right place, right?
Absolutely. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So yeah, to answer the second question, the question was how dealing with academics at Ivy League.
Yeah. So like moving into your college experience, do you feel like you were prepared both academically and volleyball wise? Like how did that transition happen? Was it hard? Was it easy? Kind of
Yeah,
what
sure.
was that?
So yeah, I definitely think I did the program. So Penn was actually in kind of like my top 3 that I had towards the end of my recruiting process. and I'm very, very, very happy with the program I chose. But yeah, the transition from club / high school volleyball to club or to college, I think it's probably the best word to choose for it. Just because what hit me in the face like a brick was time management skills.
Yeah.
So that was something that I had to get down, especially my first year. Because, in high school, obviously we're playing club. I was a athlete. I was involved in extracurricular. So, yeah, I got this in the bag. Like, college, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But I was definitely in for it. But I quickly learned that you resources while in college you have is key. So going to tutor to study hall, like my freshman year for us. Most people are like, oh, study hall, but like saving.
Yeah.
I highly recommend for anyone else that has to do that. And then also, I think my biggest thing that with time management, my academic goal was going participating in office hours. And for any of those that are on the live now that don't know what office hours are, it's basically just like more of a private hearing with the professor or at like a different time thing. So really just developing that relationship with your professors, introducing yourself on the first day of class, making yourself known.
Oh.
But yeah, that's just kind of how I managed a lot of my time management, using my resources and to keep things under control. And you're on the road traveling and stuff like that.
Yeah, cool. So what was your major?
My major was I majored in science technology, but concentrated in information technology.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds. It's just a really
Yeah, it sounds pretty impressive. Like
it was a fun time though. I don't regret it.
So what do you feel like once you were at Penn and you were playing there, what do you feel like you learned, whether that's like volleyball wise or education wise? Like what were some of your biggest takeaways?
Yeah, for sure. So I think I'll start kind of like my first 2 years being there. So my first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, the big thing that I learned was there are no days with college volleyball whatsoever. So it's a lot of perseverance. So with me, it was a lot of the mental battle. So you're gonna struggle with the ups and that's with the season or it during lit or trying to class and sports. So the biggest thing for me is just dealing with that mental battle constantly and persevering through the down and focusing on the positive. Because again, college volleyball is so different from what you had been playing before. So it's definitely you definitely have to adapt to it. So yeah, that would be the thing I learned the most at the beginning. And then my last 2 years, I was team year, and so with that,
that's awesome.
With that came a lot of responsibility. So that I definitely had stuff on and learn a lot about. So just kind of dealing with any issues that with the team, because especially if there's issues, something talk to you first and going straight to the coach.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of dealing with those things. I'm not saying trauma and stuff. It could be like,
yeah.
we had
No, I get it.
training. Yeah.
For sure.
So being responsible and actually leading by example.
Yeah.
I would say those two things I learned the most for sure.
That's awesome. So when you were physically playing volleyball, what did you feel like was your bread and butter? Or what was your, like, was it running a slide or hitting down the line? Like, what were you best at? You didn't even have to think about it. You were just good at it.
Yeah. Oh, I would have to say running the slide for sure.
Yeah.
That was my favorite hit. I loved it. And I'd have to thank all of the kids at Skyline for that, because that's where I learned how to run a slide. I remember coming in my 15th year, I had literally no clue what a slide was.
You're just like, what's going on?
Yeah, basically. And you know me at that time, I was pretty much lanky and uncoordinated. Still am.
You could jump though. You could definitely jump.
But yeah, slide was definitely my bread and butter, and I did that through until my very last game.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what do you feel, I asked you earlier what was your favorite memory from club volleyball? Like, what was your favorite volleyball memory at Penn?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. It goes back to freshman. I will never forget this, but we had a tournament out in California my freshman year, and we got thrown in a tournament with Stanford, Duke, Santa Clara. It was a crazy good game. I was like, all right, let's do this. And so that was our second tournament. So I had only played in maybe 4 games.
Wow.
And our very first game at the tournament against Stanford, and we were super hyped before the game. We were like, we get to play Stanford.
Yeah.
And so the game actually went really well, even though we lost in 3.
I like how you just kind of slid that in there. Even though we lost in 3. Hey, still, I get it. They're tough. They're really tough.
They're really tough. And but every game was 25, 22, 23, stuff like that. So
yeah.
It was kind of like a dogfight that, and I remember blocking the middle, and I was so stacked about it.
Yes.
It's never gonna happen again.
That's awesome.
And then after the game, our whole team was just so hyped because we literally left our hearts out on the floor. We played to the best of our abilities, and we were just cheering. We were just super happy we were able to play at that level. And we were in the concourse, and Duke was like, "Did you guys just lose?" And we were like, "Hey, it's small W. Take the small W."
Well, you have to have experiences like that to learn that you're good enough to hang. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what our mindset was. Yo, we can hang with top teams like that. Bring that kind of energy to our Ivy League competition. That's why we were so excited and so positive, even though we still took an L.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing now? What's your job now?
Yeah, so I graduated in 2018, and I initially got a job in consulting back in Houston, and
wow,
I lasted about 4 or 5 months there.
Okay.
I very, very quickly found out that consulting was not for me, which is, I think, I wish I could have lasted a little bit longer, but I started new. And itching to get back to it as well. So I ended up finding a job back here in Philly in case
Yeah.
So now I am in the finance industry as a
Okay.
collateral analyst.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I basically work for like a smaller special firm. I like it.
Yeah.
Even though my background is more in technology, I still have a big interest in finance. So trying to, my end goal is to really work for a fintech one day. So to incorporate too, um, but stepping stone for
Yeah.
sure is getting back into the finance realm. So that's what I'm currently doing right
Yeah. So how did like playing college volleyball and having the education that you have, how did that prepare you for where you are in your career now and trying those new things and kind of stuff along those lines?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the skills that transfer to the workplace is just the athlete mentality. Like we as athletes are a different breed, and but have a very, very different mentality compared to others when it comes to being super competitive and hard,
Yeah.
and never letting your team down. I think things have been the things that have helped me in into my transition, the adult
Yeah.
world, if you will. But yeah, especially a lot of the just staying competitive and staying angry. Because in the in the workplace, you still have goals that you want to achieve. Still, if you're working with a team, you still have team goals. You still have individual. So staying competitive, goals, and using the mentality that you had trying to reach any lift goals that you had
Yeah.
in college and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that, I mean, bringing it over has helped me and for
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a last call for any other questions from anyone in the audience, but I have another one. So what do you do to stay active now?
Ooh, all right. I definitely still work out. I work out every day still. But I don't really do as intense lifts that
Mm-hmm.
I did back in college. I think my whole break if I tried to.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like I worked out today during my lunch break and like I hurt my knee. I was like, oh my god, this is insane. Doing squats. But yeah, I just really try to get cardio in almost every day, and then after I usually lift after, and then nights out, which would be a nice day in Philly. But if it's nice out, I'll go on outside and do
Oh,
like
cool.
body outside just to
Yeah.
get outside. But yeah, definitely breaks some college counts, but
Yeah.
not the whole thing.
It's hard to get motivated to use those weights when you're not playing anymore.
It is because it's like, man, I don't need to like, have my greatest agility to go back
Yeah.
and forth and blocking transition stuff like that.
You need it. You need it when you're there, but then
Yeah,
once you leave, you're like, I'm just trying to stay fit.
I'm gonna do a light dumbbell workout. Yeah.
So, do you play any sports or anything? Do you play around with volleyball? Or I know there's adult leagues and stuff like that. Do you do anything like that?
Yeah. So I've been kind of struggling at least up here to find like a good indoor adult league.
Mhm.
But when I was back in Houston, I played a lot on the beach.
Cool.
A lot of down there. I think one of the courts, I believe, called Third Coast, maybe.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. I played there. Moving back up here, I haven't been able to play volleyball, but I've been playing a lot of
Oh,
basketball. So
cool.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
looking up the sports a little bit.
Yes, I love it. Well, you
And
played
then
basketball. Yeah. It's
yeah, I
not
play
totally
basketball.
out of left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
awesome. Yeah.
how did you?
So, we don't have any more questions. So we're just super happy to have you on today. It was really fun getting to connect with you and kind of talk about what Skyline was like, 5 to
Yeah.
7 years ago and what your experience was like. And we hope you're doing well right now with everything that's
I
going
hope you're
on. So,
oh, I know. It's just such a crazy, crazy time.
yeah. Well, thank you
Well,
so much for coming on. I'm going to disconnect at this moment, but thanks for joining us, Kendall. It was awesome.
absolutely. It was great seeing you and talking with you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
All right. Bye.